We've got a lot of paraphernalia lying about here, a lot of rubbish, and this is what the streets asked the Glasgow City Council, you know. Why is this place getting left like this, you know? As I was saying off camera to Aldo, this is where I experienced finding my first ever body here. And the body was right here, and the way the body was, as I'll say, you know, the body was crouched there like that. And he kindly gave me permission to perform this procedure. What he's looking for is to have a patsy, you know, which is a line of cocaine. They've most likely got a safe place to put their head tonight. So we're looking for somebody that's worthy of this tent because we can't find Gary. Hello guys and girls, welcome to the streets for Glasgow Central Station. So what we're going to be doing today is walking about the town of Glasgow City Centre, and come and join us on that wee street tour, and we're going to take you down into the jungle. It's one of the various using spots here in Glasgow City Centre, and it's right next to Glasgow Sheriff Court. So we just want to highlight what's going on there, you know, for the still suffering addict going there to use their drugs. Shine a light on that, you know, and bring as much sight to these places as possible, you know, so something can get done about it. Help for the still suffering addict and help in cleaning things up, because there is hussies and that next to these places, and we want everybody to be safe here at the streets. If you can see here, we've got a nice wee tent here that we got for one of the boys who requested us to get my tent. So we accepted that request, took it on board, and that's us got it today. So we'll introduce you to that person as well, you know, once we catch up with them later on with the streets. So stick with us. Right guys and girls, join me and Aldo as we take us under the bridge. Now some of our other viewers might remember this bit where we were doing with showed yous the paraphernalia and the syringes and all that stuff. So we're just going down to check, because as you know, we've been in touch with the Glasgow City Council, and we've told them, we've showed them pictures of this place and all that. So they're well aware. So join us as we take you down to shine a light on this to see if this place is still there full of these syringes. So let's go. So as you can see here, there's been a chain put up, but who put the chain there is the question. Has this been the work of the City Council, or is it the person whose tent is pitched up in there? So stay with us, and we'll be going in and asking. So as you can see, there's a tent in here, but it looks like there's nobody home. So that's somebody's tent there, so that's what we're saying there. Like somebody for the rain security put the padlock up there, and I really do believe that's it. So as you can see, we've got a lot of paraphernalia lying about here, a lot of rubbish, and this is what the streets asked the Glasgow City Council, you know. We just shone a wee light to ask, why is this place getting left like this, you know? Why is there no structure being put in place for even a syringe bin? Because as we've showed you with Stuart, you know, you've seen Stuart going through the process of taking his drugs, and you also seen Stuart clean it up as well. And you heard what Stuart says, that he always likes to clean up because you never know who's going by. So these addicts will use sin bins if sin bins are supplied. You know, so again, Glasgow City Council, we ask you if you can just come down and take a look at this place and shine a wee light on it to get it cleaned up. Because as we say, you know, there could be somebody out having a weekend. It isn't always the case, a padlock on that fence. Somebody could have been out the weekend to come in here to do a pee, anything, you know. So there's a lot of things that can hurt somebody in here. So we're just asking for you to come down, do a survey on the place and see what you can do about getting it cleaned up and making it safer. a safer place for people when walk by, you know, safer place for an addict to come in here, because, you know, they're addicts but they're human beings, so we must always think about this, you know, just to shine a wee light and get something done here. Get some sin bins put in place, get some things done to pick the litter up. So this is us just at Glasgow Sheriff Court here, and behind me there is the jungle. This is a place frequently used by Glasgow's addicts and homeless, you know, where people will go down there to get out the way to intravenously inject heroin and cocaine. So we're going to take you down their ways, so if you can stick ways and we'll take you down. So as I was saying off camera to Aldo, this is where I experienced finding my first ever body here. Right here is where I found the body, so I just came down here with a girl and the body was right here, and the way the body was is I'll say, you know, the body was crouched there like that. So just for anybody walk by would maybe think that guy was gouching, you know, or sleeping, but in actual fact he was dead. And right here, as Alan swings the camera around, you can see, you know, quite clearly people would be walking by here. And for that boy, you know, he was blue, so he must have been here a few hours. Not noticed at all by Joe Public walking by, and I had to run up and inform the police up there. Now the girl couldn't stay behind because one of the stigmas in this town, if you're using in these places with people and somebody overdoses and passes for that overdose, a lot of addicts are then put in fear that they're not going to go to the police because they feel the police will take them to the station, you know, and there's a fear of them getting charged. So most addicts will just leave a dead addict behind, and that is one of the biggest reasons, you know, because they're in fear they're going to get took by the police. So just to shine a light on that as well, and it's not the case. The police aren't going to charge you, you know, because I went up there that day and I got the police done, and the police took care of the body and they told me just to go home. They took my details but they didn't detain me, and so I just want to get that message as well. If yous are using down in these places and why you have a bad hit, you know, an overdose, then put that out your heads that nobody's going to imprison you for helping your fellow human being. So get the phone call made if there's a phone there and possible, or else if you're about where there's bones about, get some help, you know. Alright, how you doing?
Alright, you got that right.
Yeah, pal.
Good, man. How you doing?
Alright, how you doing?
Is this, so I was watching this channel this morning, and then, yeah, I'm on.
What's your name?
Guy.
Francis, please.
See, Francis, man. I was going to call it, don't take it as a bit, I was going to call it, if I get a dog, I was going to call it Francis, man.
That's alright,
A big black rabbit dog, a big happy.
I'd appreciate that. Aye, on you go, man.
Aye, here, right. I was staying around there, this is Clarkson Place, and then there's a lot of like stuff that goes on.
Yes, like addicts that will use this place. Yeah, aye.
Well, there's a lot of people that are like just trying to get to Lidl. Yeah. But there's a lot of people in the way when they're just trying to get to Lidl.
Yeah, aye.
And then
so
they end up picking up more than milk, and they make it's milk powder.
Yeah.
So they're making their own protein shakes, and then they start piping up and firing, and then we end up with this situation here. Well, we're right next to the fucking Sheriff Court. We're right next to William Hunter House, which is a good
establishment.
William Hunter House, shout out to them.
So how did you feel being in William Hunter House then?
They were excellent to me. No, they were excellent to me. I met Paddy. That's Paddy.
Paddy up there?
Aye, yeah. I met him there. And like I know for a fact that I probably don't look like that's that I'm...
Oh, you've cleaned your act up, you've been in William Hunter House, no?
I'm... Like, this is how I look the whole time. I don't look like I'm on the streets, that's what I'm trying to say. But I felt that feeling. Mm-hmm. So...
You feel that connection?
Aye, but it is you need to stay cool, because... And stop robbing each other, and stop beating the fuck out of each other. Like, if you're homeless, that like that's the maddest, like, because it makes this mad, like it makes like this wee fucking insane asylum, which is this fucking area, and then it's like, right, you just go and then we use, and then things get worse because we're lonely and stuff, and there's not enough time in any of the videos, and
So you were just talking about there, you were saying stop fighting and things like that, so is that something it lives in you? You want to see peace on the streets between people?
Because like, there's like good people that I was like, my main thing was alcohol.
Yeah.
So I broke up with my girlfriend, was in there, and then in there at the same time, so it was like, I just roll out of bed, go to but that was like, you know, like, without saying too much about my life, that was my first offence, man. So it's just like, being down here was, this place is a pure hotspot, and it needs to fucking, I don't know, it needs, I don't know, because it's like every country.
You just need some intervention for the right people.
We're not shooting up here, lads.
Maybe just tell the viewers what's happening, so they know. Right,
Yeah,
so guy's he's not taking syringes or injecting any drugs. What he's looking for is to have a patsy, you know, which is a line of cocaine. So that's what guy's going to be in the proceeds at the end. He's quite kindly gave us permission to film this procedure.
Why do you think the Queen called her son Charlie? Like, because we fucking party. That's actually, like, I'm stealing them lyrics. That's copyright, that's somebody else. Alright. Do you want to see the...
So how much is this then, guy? How much is in your poke at this moment?
Well, I was walking back for Trongate there, and well, you know, when I just bumped into somebody and I was like, yeah.
So is that like a £20 bit?
That was 20, yeah.
20.
Which is actually interesting because it's like,
and is this prop then?
aye, that's prop, man.
That's prop, right. And so it's instant effect then?
I don't know, like, I need...
What is it you want?
I need the double done.
Aye, alright, so a double done is when you follow one patsy straight after the other, just to get that increased effect.
Okay, here we go. That's a bit better right here. To all the ravers.
So that's guy took his second one, which he calls a double dunter, and that's just the increased effect, you know, to chase one patch after the other, and it gives you that amplified rush.
Anyway,
are you okay, guy?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna be like, I'm fantastic. It's no, I'm just kind of cruising, but like, I'm more like just saying like, yo.
Yeah. Well, so, guy, thank you very much for talking to the streets. Thank you very much. And as you can see, you know, the guy taking his cocaine there, you know, and it's just that's what the jungle's used for, you know. It's used, people go there, they intravenously inject, they smoke their heroin, they do their skullduggery, you know, and that's just one of the examples there, as we witnessed with a young guy proceeding to take his cocaine exactly there where we brought his. That's the jungle. You know, as I say, that's where I found my first ever body, you know, and that was an experience, because I'd never, throughout my days using it, I'd never found a body, you know, I'd never had that experience. And when I found that body, I was stabilised, I was just gone down there. is a safe person with a lassie, you know, asked me to accompany her. So I was actually stable on a 40ml methadone prescription at that time. And I want to touch on that, you know, because when I got on methadone, I got on at 40 mils of methadone. I didn't go up any, and you know, and I was stable on that. So I was, and I used to find that strange when people would go, I'm on 120 and 150 mil of meth, and I had the exact same habits of these people. And I go, well, that's Prescription Scotland for you, innit? And it rhymes in with so many of the addicts that we've interviewed, John Kay especially. When John Kay tells us, oh, I go in and I get put up and I get put up, you know. And it's just something I feel needs to be addressed. Why the large amounts of methadone? And for me, I can't wrap my head around that, because I had a big addiction to heroin, you know, and 40 mil stabled me no problem. So I wonder who these workers are willy-nilly with their pen and just up and up and up. Where does it stop? You know, that's what we need to ask. Hi guys, so as I told you earlier, you know, we've got this tent, but the boy that made the request to the streets for this tent isn't about. We can't find them anywhere, and we've asked about for them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and find somebody else that really needs a tent. And there's a wee trick to finding out. I mean, some of you might think, but who do you know to give that to? So there's a wee trick, you know, and it's my experience sleeping rough in the street. If somebody's genuinely just sitting there with their cup like this, you know, like that, then you know it's more likely that person's got a safe bed to go to at night. The ones we look for is the guys and the lassies that are sitting with all their bags next to them. So maybe yous have seen this when you're walking through the city centre, like the guy or the lassie's sitting there, they've got all their bags with them and all their belongings. That's the person who's worthy of this tent, you know. And at the end of the day, so the guys that are sitting with no bags or no luggage with them, they've most likely got a safe place to put their head tonight. So we're looking for somebody that's worthy of this tent, because we can't find Gary, you know, to give him this to, and he requested it, so he's not about at all. And we've got other tents, you know, so this is just one tent of many, so Gary will get his tent when we find them, but we'll go and find a worthy advocate to give this tent to. Right, so I found a wee worthy advocate to give the tent to, but the boy doesn't want to be on camera for various reasons. So we got wee Reese there, and we gave wee Reese the tent, and the gratitude in Reese's face for that tent, because Reese now knows he's got a safe place now. All he needs to do is get that tent set up. He's got a safe place out of the elements tonight, you know, because let's face it, it's getting very cold in the rain as well as the ice. So him and his friend are going to have protection for the elements tonight, and that warms my heart, it warms Aldo's heart. And it's what the streets is all about, is serving others. Amen.